What's up, everybody? I know Francis isn't here. He's on his trip to Africa, which means you are actually stuck with me for the next 2 weeks breaking down everything in the world of football. Francis kind of mentioned on some of the clips we did today, if they're not up already, he's on a pretty cool trip. He can't say what it is exactly just yet, so have fun in the comments section debating over what he could potentially be doing in Africa. But it is exciting news. And I don't know, he wants you to follow him on Twitter and stuff like that. But you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. You have a choice. Here's what we have to talk about when it came to Juventus versus Monaco. Juventus conceded a goal, which is actually remarkable because they've only conceded 3 goals in their last 8.5 all competitions, not just Champions League, but Serie A, everything included. They were over 600 minutes straight without allowing a goal. And I think because they allowed it in the 69th minute, which makes people like Rob Gronkowski, if you know who that is, laugh. I think they probably finished second longest streak without conceding a goal. I know teams like AC Milan were on there. I know Arsenal in the 05-06 Champions League run was the longest. They were at like 800-something minutes, which was absurd. But I know AC Milan was one of those teams. So I think they moved into second place all time, which is a remarkable achievement. They won the match. They won on aggregate 4-1. Interesting enough, when Mandzukic scores, I think they've won in all 18 matches that Mandzukic has scored in, and he scored first, had the header, pops down, and got the rebound really quickly and put it up top. It was assisted from Dani Alves. So at that point in the match, including the first leg in Monaco, Dani Alves had assisted on a goal, and assisted on a third goal, and was pretty much one shot creation away, if it wasn't offside, just barely offside, where he put in a beautiful ball once again. But then Dani Alves said, no, I want to do a little bit more. I've done so much for $0. I mean, he's getting paid, but he was a free transfer. I've done so much for $0. Why not just do a little bit more? Okay, so Monaco's goalkeeper punches it out, and it's spinning. I don't even want to know how difficult it is to put a ball on target that's coming with that much, I would say, side spin, top spin, whatever it might be, and just sends a rifle to the right side of the net and in the back of the goal, where he put him up 2-0. Now, interestingly, Mbappe finds, or is it Mbappe? Help me out. Regardless, Mbappe finds the back of the net. Monaco comes on an attack, and it looked like it kind of had the Juventus defense for the first time in the entire 2 legs flustered, right? They had 3 of them trying to close in, but Chiellini, Bonucci have been nothing short of remarkable throughout this entire Champions League run and in Serie A play. Actually, there's an argument that you can make, which would be in the Champions League starting 11, if they were released like a team of the Champions League, all of the defenders, including, and then Buffon, would be the ones that you'd want in your back 4, and Buffon in goal, just based on how strong they've been on the defensive end. Again, they held Barcelona to nothing. They blanked them. And then only Monaco, who's a young, hot, rising team, who made it all the way to the semifinal on a remarkable run from them, and the 18-year-old Mbappe, who I think scored 19 in 21 competitions and was the only one of the last 600-something minutes to find the back of the net against the best defense in Champions League play right now, and the best defense left standing. So, again, a 4-1 win on aggregate. I thought Chiellini made one of the greatest defensive plays I've ever seen. A ball was put into the box, and he really close up to Buffon, and he just kind of flicked his, I think it was his right foot, comes sliding in and flicks it just enough on the outside to pop it over the bar and out. Buffon was pumped, obviously dabbed him up, gave him a hug, because he's going like, we're going to keep, as long as we can, this goalless streak in line. And I want Juventus to win the Champions League. I want Juventus to win the Champions League because Real Madrid won it last year. And while going back-to-back is a remarkable story, it has not been done in Champions League play. I know there was a different cup beforehand, but still not been done in Champions League play. I look at the Juventus team, and I think that a couple years back, so 2 years ago when they made the Champions League final, it seemed like they weren't necessarily built to be there. They played phenomenal Champions League football from start to finish. From the round of 16, is beginning to end across brutal competition, and they got the better of that competition. Very blanket statement. This is a team that I think is supposed to be there. Save for Barcelona or Bayern, you really put Real Madrid and Juve as the 4 teams that I think you'd expect to be in a Champions League final or the best shot at winning it. But how the defense is playing, aside from Mbappe cracking that goalless streak, and I understand that Real Madrid is going to throw arguably the greatest players ever played the game in Ronaldo as the guy who's making those backdoor cuts and those runs into the box, and you have a totally different monster on your hands to defend against. But we've seen Juve blank an all-out attack before, and a very strong all-out attack. And how they attack and how they counterattack has been scary, including what Dani Alves has done as a 34-year-old in the midfield. They are truly missing. Barcelona is truly missing their $0, cost them nothing. I still can't believe that. So that's it. That's what I got for you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm pulling for Juve. Tomorrow is Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby. I'm not calling it that Real Madrid has won. I just think that heading into this week, it pretty much seemed like we were on track for a Juve-Real Madrid final, and now 50% of that is complete. I'm going to safely think that tomorrow Real Madrid will take care of business and get back to the final and try to make it 2 in a row. So we're headed towards a great final regardless. And we'll see you next time.